Hey guys, welcome to my coverage of the European Championships. Day 3, probably the best day. I think it was probably one of the best days of judo this year. It was just incredible. So we'll start off talking about the final under 90s. So this was Beka Uri versus Maidov. And what I thought was really interesting, not just in this fight, but in a lot of the fights with the Georgians, was a lot of people started to figure out what they're doing. The Georgians, they like the big grip over the back, cross over the back, sometimes grabbing the belt and mixing it in with kind of a koshiwaza or an osotogari. But a lot of the guys just figuring out what the Georgians are trying to do here, getting countered, and I thought it was really interesting, just a trend that I saw throughout the day. So Beka Uri, he started out strong. Maidov with 2 shidos to his name, but you can see here countering that Georgian all-soto there. And once things got into golden score, things started to change a little bit. I think Beka Uri got a little bit tired, and Maidov, he started to take over a little bit. Here he is, good kosoto gake attempt there. And here is a drop-down seoi nage attempt by Maidov, which will be a sign of things to come. Beka Uri looking for the sumigaishi, doesn't get it, and you can see how tired these guys are. And Maidov, he just pushed it. I mean, maybe the shidos kind of made him have a little bit of urgency, but a great ippon, great drop down seoi nage. Haven't seen Beka Uri go over like that in a while, and that's an amazing accomplishment for him. So Maidov on form at the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. He also took gold. And now this is, I mean, probably his best achievement to date. So we'll have a look at how he got there. Some good techniques leading into the final. Nice sumigaishi here for a wazari. This was against Toth. They had a good fight. Ends up getting him with a kosoto. Kosoto gake kind of turned into an uranage a little bit. And this one was huge. Look at that. Big surigoshi here. And the Europeans are really good at this sort of technique. We saw Grigolashvili with a huge one the day before. So Zhank, he ended up taking one of the bronze medals. And he also took out Maizaradze early on. So Maizaradze, he was eliminated by Zhank at this point. Nice bit of newaza here. And I mean, Maizaradze, he's doing well to defend. You can see Zhank is having a hard time getting that foot underneath him. But eventually does. And here comes the rollover. I mean, Maizaradze having that arm extended out there, probably not the best thing. Gets rolled over into mount, or tate shiho as they like to call it. Toth, he also took one of the bronze medals, ended winning by shido in his bronze medal contest, so here's a score from the repechage fight. And then we should talk about Beka Uri. He had a pretty good day, making it all the way to the finals, of course, throwing everyone all the time, left, right, and center. And this here, I mean, he's just so good at making something look like a throw. He did get that leg across with the ochigari just in time. This is earlier on against Nyman. Haven't seen Nyman in a while, actually. He was doing really well for a little bit of time. But ochigari here by Beka Uri takes him out. And then here's that ochigari again, this time against Matiu. Now some people might not like it, but I mean, Beka Uri, he started the technique. You have to give it to him. And in the semi-final, took out Van Tand. There's that sumigaishi that he likes for wazari. So we'll move up to under 100s now. And this was massive. And this is what I was talking about earlier on. Just kind of people figuring out what the Georgians are doing with the big hand over the top with the osotogari. And Kotsuev, I mean, this is a huge counter for Ippon against Salamanzi. I mean, look at this. Salamanzi goes in, and he's done this numerous times against numerous people. And Kotsuev just picks him up and dumps him. So absolutely huge by him, taking gold. And here are a few more highlights from Kotsuev in the semi-final here. Kind of a makikomi-ish Uchimata. He's very good at that technique. And he's also very good at not letting his head touch the mat. Driving uchigari there. And here's one more highlight from Kotsuev. Doing a bit of an osotogari himself. Kind of interesting variation there. Dropping down onto the knees. Not quite a seoi otoshi. I guess an osoto otoshi is what you would call it. So Salamanzi, obviously making it all the way to gold. He did take out Patrick Peter. And there was a bit of an injury here to Peter on the chin. And this is where he lost the fight. Because if you are as handsome and as cool as Patrick Peter and then you come out like this, I'm pretty sure you're going to lose. So he did lose, unfortunately. But it's good to see him out on the tatami. It's good to see all the Israeli fighters out on the tatami. Especially with what's going on in the world right now. And Russians too, and Ukrainians. I just think anyone who wants to do judo should be able to do judo. Not sure if we have any Palestinian judokas out there, but I mean, they should be on the tatami too. Why don't we just solve all the problems in the world with a nice little match on the tatami? So this is one of the other bronze medal contests, H versus Kanikovitsky. And Kanikovitsky has some really nice judo. You're going to see some highlights here. Watch this. I mean, look at that ochigari. A little bit like Aaron Wolf, to be honest. Although Kanikovitsky, a much taller, bigger man. Also, the other bronze medal went to Shirazdashvili. He was meant to fight Patrick Peter in the bronze medal contest, but Peter, I mean, he's got to think about his modeling career. Can't come out on the tatami looking like that. So he was a no-show. Shirazdashvili takes bronze, but it was a good day by him. He's had some poor form of recently, but maybe this is a turning point for him. Took out Fonseca, had some good throws. I had some harsh things to say about his kumite in my previous video about the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam, so I'm sorry about that. I'll take those words back. And it's good to see him doing well again.
Olympic silver medalist.
Now you got to be pretty scared of a guy who comes out like this. Pumalainen, I mean, he is a monster. Up against Tushishvili in the final. And had to go through a little bit of adversity. Tushishvili with the Uchimata. And then Pumalainen, this is one of his Tokui Waza. The Kochigari. So this is just a great final back and forth. Wazari a piece into golden score. And then Pumalainen, I mean, he just takes it from Tushishvili. There's that Kochigari again. And then kind of an Uchimata for another Wazari. Ends up doing it. And that is pretty sensational. I imagine this is probably the first gold medal at the European Championships for a Finnish judoka. I'm not sure about the other weight classes, but I mean, how often do you see the Finnish flag? Very rarely. And then to see it at the top of the podium in this weight category, it's incredible stuff. So Masters Gold, European Championship for this guy. Scary, scary man. So here are some highlights from earlier on, from Pumalainen. And Pumalainen, I know you do watch the channel, so if you want to say something in the comments, say hi to everyone. I'm sure they would love to hear from you. Here's one of his other Tokui Waza, the Sore, also the Seoi Nage. So he mixes it in well with the Kochigari. So it's interesting, you're seeing a lot of this at plus 100s now. Kochi, Seoi Nage, Sore, from a lot of guys. Bashaev and Kageura, for example. Indovitsky, he ended up taking one of the bronze medals, and also Fizel. Both matches ending by Shido for the bronze medal contest, so here are some highlights from earlier on. And now you can see here, Ertug, upper Wazari, but Fizel comes back. Look at that. Osotogari into the Osaikomi. And it's not very tight. So Ertug manages to get out, and then Fizel, Sumigaishi for another Wazari. And even if he didn't give him Wazari, I mean, he's into the Osaikomi. So good stuff from him. Under 78 now, and this is Boehm taking out Belandi. Now this Ochigari, very difficult to do. To reap with the same side that you have the sleeve. I mean, it's very easy to get countered in that position, but Boehm manages to do it, and Belandi, I mean, She is a very, very strong competitor. I was picking her to win this one.
Throw backwards.
Bronze medal, we had Lanier,
Yeah, wrapped. So
showing her
possibly
World Championship caliber. Now this technique really, really strange. So watch the Ochigari come from Wagner, and then Lanier, I mean, she counters it, but the way she counters it kind of rolls on top. I mean, look at that. Very interesting approach to countering the Ochigari. Plus 78, we had Dicko with an Ippon, taking out Hirschko, and that's a really good way to do it. You always love a big Ippon in the finals. And for the bronze medal contests, bit of a makikomi here for Tavano from Italy, another Italian judoka that I have not heard of before, and here she is on the podium. Just Italy's judo right now, really next level. And the other bronze medal at plus 78, counter here for Camps, gets a Wazari. And that's it, guys. I'm going to leave you with this amazing Ippon, because top Ippons video for the European Championships coming tomorrow. So make sure you have liked and subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you around, guys. Peace.